Good morning, students. Welcome to Bindu Dadwal Chemistry Lessons. Our topic for today is different types of reaction intermediates. To study them, let us first see that a covalent bond which consists of two electrons may show two types of cleavage. In homolytic cleavage, the bond which contains two electrons divides equally and each of the atom will get one electron each. The species formed as a result are called free radicals, and this type of fission is called homolysis. And the second type of bond cleavage is heterolytic cleavage, where the bond divides unequally. The more electronegative atom will take away the electrons and as a result form negatively charged anion, whereas the less electronegative atom loses its electron and forms a positively charged cation. It can break in two manners. If A is more electronegative, it takes the electron and forms negatively charged ion, and similarly if B is more electronegative, it will take the electron and form negatively charged ion, and A will be formed as a cation. Organic compounds are covalent in nature and take part in molecular reactions. So under the influence of an attacking agent, particular compound, also called substrate, may either undergo homolysis or heterolysis and as a result form an intermediate compound. Now these reaction intermediates are of different types. As a result of heterolysis, carbocation and carbanions are formed. As a result of homolysis, free radicals are formed, and under the influence of a tackic reagent, two more reaction intermediates may be formed, which are carbenes and nitrines. So let us discuss these reaction intermediates in detail. The first is carbocation. A carbocation may be defined as a group of atoms with a positively charged carbon atom having 6 electrons in the valence shell after sharing. It may be formed in a number of ways. For example, an alkyl halide undergoes heterolysis. The more electronegative halogen atom will take away the electrons and as a result form a chloride ion, and the remaining species which is deficient in electrons is called a carbocation. So this is heterolysis of carbon halogen bond in alkyl halide. The second method is by protonation of alkene in the acidic medium. So the electrons of the alkene under the influence of attacking reagent, which is proton in this case, move towards one of the carbon atom. The attacking reagent also goes here. As a result, this carbon becomes electron deficient and overall a carbocation is formed. This carbocation is ethyl carbocation. So the electrons migrate, hydrogen also comes here, CH3, electron CH2 and a positive charge because electrons have moved away from here. Now orbital structure of carbocation. The positively charged carbon atom in a carbocation is sp2 hybridized. The sp2 hybrid orbitals are involved in the formation of sigma bond with 3 monovalent atoms or groups. The unhybridized p orbital has no electron in it, and it is directed perpendicular to this plane. The bond angle between the sp2 hybrid orbitals is 120 degrees, and the carbocation has a planar structure. Types of carbocations: the methyl carbocation. If there is one methyl group attached to it, it is ethyl carbocation. Both methyl and ethyl carbocations are primary carbocations. Isopropyl carbocation is secondary, as this carbon atom is attached to 2 alkyl groups. It is a secondary carbocation. This is attached to 3 methyl groups. It is a tertiary carbocation. The reactive nature of carbocations: a carbocation with a positively charged carbon atom is electron deficient and is therefore highly reactive in nature and will combine with a negatively charged or electron donor species to complete its octet. So order of reactivity will be primary will be more reactive than secondary, which will be more reactive than tertiary. Whereas the order of stability is the reverse. Tertiary will be more stable than secondary, which will be more stable than primary. The explanation, this reactivity or stability order can be explained based on two ways. One is based upon hyperconjugation. In hyperconjugation, the carbon which is bearing positive charge will receive electrons from the sigma bond of the adjacent alpha carbon hydrogen bond. So these electrons will move here. As a result, a double bond is formed here, whereas this hydrogen atom will have no electrons and a positive charge over here. And this, as there are 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, 3 such structures are possible. More the number of hyperconjugating structures, more stable the carbocation will be. Ethyl radical has 3 conjugating structures, whereas isopropyl carbocation having 6 alpha hydrogen atoms will have 6 contributing structures, so it will be more stable than ethyl radical, whereas tertiary butyl will be having 9 such structures and it will be most stable. And reactivity order will be the reverse. Ethyl will be more reactive than isopropyl, which will be more reactive than tertiary butyl. Then we can also explain the stability on the basis of inductive effect. In tertiary alkyl carbocation, there are 3 electron releasing groups, reduce the positive charge. So as a result, a tertiary carbocation will be more stable than secondary, which has only 2 electron releasing group, which will be more stable than primary, which has 1 electron releasing group. Resonance also plays a role in the stability of carbocations. More the resonating structures, more stable a carbocation will be. For example, propenyl carbocation, the double bond electrons move to the carbon carrying positive charge. As a result, the positive charge moves away to this carbon atom. There are 2 such structures, so it is stable. In case of benzyl carbocation, 5 such resonating structures which lead to stability of benzyl carbocation. A rearrangement in carbocations. As you know that a tertiary carbocation is more stable than a secondary, which is more stable than a primary. So in case a carbocation is formed which is secondary in nature, it will rearrange itself to form a more stable tertiary carbocation. So in this case, the hydrogen along with its electron will move to the carbon bearing positive charge. So the secondary carbocation will change into tertiary carbocation as the electrons have migrated from this position. So this is electron deficient in nature, but this carbon now is surrounded by 3 alkyl groups, so it is a tertiary carbocation which is more stable than the secondary carbocation. Similarly, a secondary carbocation can change into more stable tertiary carbocation by shift of alkyl ion, that is methyl, along with the electrons will move to this carbon atom. As a result, a tertiary carbocation is formed. A ring containing lesser number of carbon atoms can change into a ring containing more number of carbon atoms and become more stable because the strain is reduced. 3-membered ring structure will change into a 4-membered ring structure. 4-membered ring structure will change into a 5-membered carbocation because it's more stable. So in the above examples, rearrangement in carbocations always occurs from alpha position, and that is the carbon atom next to the positively charged carbon atom. As a result of rearrangement, a less stable carbocation changes to a more stable carbocation, and a more stable carbocation which is formed as a result of rearrangement will take part in further reaction to form the desired product. That's all in today's video. Thank you. Have a nice day.